How many potential clients have you lost simply because you replied to their inquiry a day too late or forgot to follow up entirely? Look, I know you didn't start your service business to become a full-time email responder. You started it because you're good at what you do. But here's the reality. While you're busy delivering amazing work for your current clients, new leads are slipping through the cracks. They're booking with your competitors who happen to reply first, or they're forgetting about you because there was no follow-up after that initial conversation. And the worst part? You know this is happening, but you're already stretched thin just trying to keep up with everything else. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up email automation that keeps you connected with prospects and clients without adding more work to your already packed schedule. You'll also find out which parts of your client communication you should never automate, and the specific mistakes that make automated emails feel robotic and impersonal. Let's dive right in. What I'm about to say, for whatever reason, so many service business owners don't realize about their competition. When you really look at it, you'll realize that many of your competitors are not necessarily better at what they do if you're a seasoned person in that business. They're just better at staying visible when it matters most. When someone inquires about your services, they're usually comparing multiple options. The business that feels most attentive and responsive typically wins, even if their service isn't superior. But here's the thing. Being attentive does not mean you have to be glued to your phone. Smart automation can actually make you appear more professional and organized than manual responses ever could. So, what exactly should you automate, and what should you leave as is? Let's start with what works. Your inquiry responses should be automated. When someone fills out your contact form or sends an initial email, they should immediately receive a confirmation that explains what happens next. This isn't about being lazy. It's about managing expectations and showing you have systems in place. Appointment reminders are another no-brainer. No-shows cost you money and mess up your schedule. A simple automated reminder sequence can cut no-shows significantly. Follow-up sequences after consultations or service delivery keep you top of mind without requiring you to remember every client interaction. But here's what you should never automate: anything that requires genuine empathy or addresses a specific problem. If a client is upset about something, if there's been a miscommunication, or if they're dealing with a sensitive situation, that needs your personal attention. Okay, so now that you know what you should automate, let's look at how to set it up. You don't need expensive software to get started. Tools like Mailchimp or Brevo have simple drag-and-drop automation builders that anyone can use. Here's how to create your first sequence. Start with your inquiry response. Create a simple 3-email sequence. Email 1 goes out immediately. It confirms you received their message and tells them exactly when they'll hear back from you. Email 2 goes out after your promised time frame if they haven't booked a call yet. Email 3 is your final follow-up that includes a clear call to action. The key is making each email valuable, not pushy. Share a quick tip related to their inquiry. Include a relevant case study or point them to a helpful resource. The biggest fear most service business owners have about automation is sounding like a robot. But here's the truth. Well-written automated emails often feel more personal than rushed manual responses. Use their name, reference their specific inquiry, and write like you're talking to a friend. Keep your emails conversational and inject your personality. If you're naturally funny, be funny. If you're more serious and professional, embrace that tone. Also, the timing you use is pretty important. So, don't send automated emails at 3 a.m. cause that's the only free time you have, unless that's when they'd normally be around. Instead, do it at the same 3 a.m. or whenever, and schedule them for times that feel a bit more natural. Yours might not be 3 a.m. per se, but after a while, you will have a bit of data that will help you know when your customers tend to pay the most attention. Quickly, before I get you the exact steps to take next, I'd like to point out some pretty common mistakes that trip a lot of services up. One really big one that's starting to get really common with AI now available everywhere is over-automation. This is a big mistake. I see is over-automation everywhere these days. Don't create a 15-email sequence that follows up every day for 2 weeks. That's not helpful. It's annoying. Space your emails out and make each one count. Another mistake is setting up automation and forgetting about it. Your sequences need regular updates. That case study you mentioned might be outdated or your pricing might have changed. Review your automation monthly, and please test everything yourself. Sign up for your own sequences using a different email address and experience what your prospects experience. You'll catch issues you never would have noticed otherwise. The hidden benefits you probably haven't considered. Beyond just capturing more leads, automation helps you understand your prospects better. You can see which emails get opened, which links get clicked, and where people drop off in your sequence. This data helps you improve your entire sales process. Automation also reduces the mental load of remembering to follow up. You can focus on delivering great work instead of worrying about whether you've contacted everyone you need to contact. So what next? What should you do next to see the changes we've discussed in your own business? Here's your challenge for this week. Set up one simple automation. Just one. Pick your inquiry response sequence and get that working. Don't try to automate everything at once. Master one sequence, then add another. Start with a basic 3-email follow-up for new inquiries. You'll be amazed at how many conversations this simple sequence starts. If you would like to find out what's working in your funnel and what's leaking your conversions, but you don't have a ton of time to do it, you'll want to grab this free funnel audit checklist I made. It's a quick 5-minute audit of your funnel, or should I say your process, to spot the areas that you can test and improve upon. Check out the free downloadable checklist especially made for service businesses with smaller teams. It's meant to help you trace the leaks in your own business and identify what your next steps should be to solve it. This way, you can make changes to those exact areas of your sales pipeline and understand your customer better. This way, you'll be more likely to get more out of your marketing efforts even with the same number of leads in future. The link is in the description below. This has been Rita with ClickSandThings.com. See you in the next one.